Hi everyone, Barb here with barbstamps.com on this beautiful Thursday afternoon here in Sheridan, Wyoming, and I am coming to you live from my stamp room. I know, not very exciting, but I have some fantastic projects for you today, and I'm very festive. I have my reindeer antlers on, I have my Christmas shirt on that says my favorite color is Christmas lights, so I am festive. My husband got all of our Christmas lights up outside, so it's very festive out there as well, which is kind of a bummer because I work in the basement. And so it's difficult for me to see all those pretty lights. So sometimes I have to just take a detour and go upstairs and look out the window for a little while. Alrighty, I am getting my iPad set up here. I think it's going to be loud as soon as it catches up here, so we're going to try to turn that down a little bit. Okay, I think I see myself. I have to do that and do that. Ugh, so many things a person has to do. All this technology is just kind of ridiculous. Why can't everything just be simple? You know what I'm saying? But yet here we are, nothing is simple. So, oh, and then there's that. Okay. I think I'm going to be able to see your comments momentarily. Sometimes I can see them. It's really strange. I can see them on my phone when the camera is flipped this way, so you're like, what is this called, like selfie mode or whatever. I can see your comments, but the minute I flip my phone and I have it facing on my desk, the comments don't really come up on my phone anymore. So how dumb is that? Why are all these things going on? I just don't know. Anyway, I think I can see your comments now. Things look good. I see Margine is on here. Margine, how is your weather down there? We have like the nicest weather ever. And I have heard that we're not supposed to get any snow until probably after Christmas, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, it's a bummer and it's not a bummer because my daughter's going to be driving home next week. And of course, if it's snowing and the roads are bad, then of course she probably won't be coming home that way. But then it won't be a white Christmas, which is kind of a bummer because we do like snow for Christmas in Wyoming. At least I think most of us do. So anyways, I was wondering how Margine's weather was supposed to be. Cheryl, how was your weather supposed to be down there in Colorado? Are you guys supposed to have any sort of snow or any weather incidents coming up? Or are you guys kind of like us where it's just no snow? So Margine said it's very cold. Do you have snow down there, Margine? Or is it just cold with nothing? Cheryl says no weather coming. Whew, that's good. So, I mean, not that being dry is good, but at least then my daughter can come home because I'm very excited to see her again. Yay! So, what was I going to tell you guys? Oh, I have some cute projects. I did mention that. I have a few Christmas cards that I have gotten from some of you guys. You're so sweet to send me Christmas cards. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And I also have a fun little toy thing to talk about that's gotten the best of Barb. So I think you'll find that kind of funny. What else is going on? Gosh, literally nothing except my husband he got the Christmas lights up. When did he put those up? Was it last week? It must have been last week on his days off. Anyway, he got them all up. He's kind of like the Griswolds. Oh, the guy. I don't know. She said snow before the cold, but it's too cold to snow right now. I totally get that. Thank you for letting me know. So he's kind of like the Griswolds. So, of course, we have our Christmas tree in our living room. And then outside, he has this kind of rope lighting that wraps around our deck, the slats on our deck in the front. And then he has those big, like, Christmas bulbs that are on battery timers that you can hang in trees. He's got like 8 of those out there. We got these new things this year that we found at Walmart. It looks like it's like a big Christmas ornament. And then it has a big stake on it. And the ornament's about, I don't know, 15 inches tall total. And it's kind of painted red and green and then it lights up. It's also on a battery timer. And so he drilled some holes in these posts that we have out around our pump in the front of our house. And they stick in there. So that's pretty cool. He loves those candy cane lights. They're like 26 inches tall, and he's got red and green ones. He added green ones this year, and he's got those lining our fence next to our garage. He just this year added lights. We have lights on our house too, and then across our fence, and then out on our shop. And then this year he added blue lights wrapped up this big pine tree we have in our front yard, and then he adds color lights, kind of, like this around the whole tree. So every year he adds new stuff. It's kind of crazy. I probably should, Wendy. I probably should. I have to run into the store after I get done with this tonight. So I should probably, when I'm coming back, I should try to take a picture. The thing is, my phone is pretty awful and it doesn't take great pictures, but it might give you an idea of what we're dealing with. Oh, and he has like lights around our lilac bush. I mean, and every year he says, I'm not doing that anymore. It's too much work. And we all go, okay, whatever. And then, of course, he puts it all out there. So he's kind of fun. Oh, we have big wreaths. We have 2 wreaths in our garage, one on our house, one on our shop. So he's gone kind of crazy. And then he says, I should get some stuff for the other side of the shop. I said, do what you got to do. That's fine with me. Let's go get some stuff. Yeah, but where am I going to put it? I said, we can put it up in the rafters in the garage, or we can put it under the stairs. You know, I wanted to get one of those kind of big blow up things, like a big, I don't know, Snoopy on his doghouse with Christmas, you know, something like that. I wanted to get something like that, but he said no. So he's a killjoy. All right, you guys, I will try to, when I come home from the store, I'll see if I can get some decent pictures and I'll post them on my business page. So that's Stampin' Is My Job, is my Facebook business page. And then I will see if I can get some pictures up there. So yeah, thanks. I guess not crazy festive. That is true, Joanne. But it's just, if you saw him and listened to him leading up to him actually getting out there and getting the lights up, it's just, we just chuckle. My kids and I, we just chuckle because he's so dramatic about it all. It's just really, really funny. So anyway, what else is going on? My son, oh, here's a little interesting tidbit. So he works in this kind of fabrication shop, and they just opened a powder coating shop in a separate building on the same property. And so there was a guy in there that did all the powder coating, and my son did a lot of the sandblasting stuff. Well, the guy just quit. So now my son is the new powder coater for the company. So he's kind of excited about that because it does mean a raise. So good for him. And it's just another skill that he now will learn, that he, you know, will be able to take with him aside from all these other skills that he's learning, working in this fabrication, welding, machine shop kind of thing. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for him. He said it's kind of stressful because he doesn't really know everything about it. The guy just kind of left. And so Justice is just sort of thrown into that bit. But he's very smart. My husband and him, they're very much men that work with their hands. And so there's like nothing that they can't fix. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's people that are like my brother. He is just he's very book smart. And so he's not as inclined to work with his hands as my brother or my husband and my son are. So they are very much working with their hands kind of guys. So anyways, oh, wow, Brenda, that's awesome. Did his college thesis on powder coating? Interesting. I didn't even know that a person would write a thesis on that. That's very interesting. So does he work in that field, or some kind of field like that? Just because I'm curious. Always got to know what's going on, you know. Anyway, so yeah, so that's exciting. What else is going on? Oh, my dad. My dad, he's a character. He usually will send a check every year. He's done this for years. He'll send me a check and he'll say, you know, buy some things for Christmas, get some things for the kids, and then, you know, you and Mike do whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. So this year he sends an email to my brother and I, and he says, to simplify Christmas this year, I'm not going to be sending out any Christmas gift, and I don't want you guys to send me any Christmas gifts. I'm like, I mean, I don't care if he sends me money. That does not matter to me at all. I appreciate that he has over the years, but that's totally fine. But the fact that he said, and I don't want you to send me any gifts either, I thought was really funny. So that's too bad. He is getting gifts. What he's going to get is stuff that he can't buy himself, which is homemade treats, because he does like homemade treats. So I'll be sending him some of my seasoned pretzels, some of my molasses cookies, which are one of his favorite things to eat. And I don't know what else I'm going to be making this year, but other things that I'm going to make, I'm going to throw those in there too. So he will be getting a Christmas gift from me. It just won't be maybe what he's expecting. So there you go. Kind of funny. So anyways, and Brenda says, yes. Okay, good for him. That's awesome. That is totally awesome. So yeah, I always say there's nothing going on. Then I always seem to find stories to talk about, but there really isn't anything going on. My husband and I sit here and stare at each other. Well, I'm working. He sits upstairs when he's off. He's working right now. So he's off. Or I mean, he's at work right now, and I'll be off tonight, but not really because I always work. So there you go. Anywho, I'm babbling now because I'm trying to think if there's anything that I have to tell you guys. I kind of want to flip my camera and share with you this stupid thing that I bought. Oh, somebody said about my cookie recipe. Love to see her. Wendy, if you would send me an email at barb@barbstamps.com, I will take a picture of my, actually it's in a cookbook. I'll take a picture out of the cookbook and I will send it to you. So there you go. It's a really, really good recipe. I've been making it for a really long time and I love it so much. Ooh, Kathy's going to make Christmas crack. Let me know how that goes, Kathy, because I have often thought about making Christmas crack, but I never have. So there you go. All right, I'm going to flip the camera because I really want to talk about this. And yeah, so hold, please. Okay, we're going to flip this. Let me get it out of this holder. And while I'm doing this, if you guys wouldn't mind liking and sharing, there's my antlers, the video, that would be awesome. I would appreciate that so much. Let me just get the view here fixed up so that we're on track here. Okay. Let me move some of these things out of the way. Let me get my glass here. Okay, so this is, it's called a money maze puzzle. I think that's what it's called, a money maze puzzle. And what you do is, there's this little lever right here, as you see, and as you slide the lever back and forth, you can see that there's like a little opening there and a little opening here. So the trick is to get this little ball, wherever it is, right here, it's on the bottom right now. You can see it moving around. The trick is to get that little ball into this little slot right here on the left-hand side, and then you pull this over, and then it flips this little switch that you can kind of see in there, which unlocks this lid and you can stick stuff in there. Now, I don't know, I don't think you can get huge things in there, but you could probably put some money in there. You could probably put some candy. You could maybe, like, sometimes what we like to do here is if somebody asks for something for Christmas and it's going to be very obvious what it is when they unwrap it, we will take a picture of it and we will wrap up the picture in some crazy way. And then their actual gift is like in the closet or something. So you could do that also. Anyway, so I just got these from Amazon, and I did go ahead and link them in the description box in case anybody's interested. If if you give money to your kids or people, it's just kind of a fun way, I think, to get the money to them. Anyway, this is not as easy as you would think because the ball was over here and I got it in the little hole right away when I pulled it out of the box, and then I tripped the thing and the lid came off and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I thought, okay, I'm going to put the lid back on and then I'm going to try to solve the puzzle. Oh my gosh, I tried it for like 15 minutes and I could not get it. I kept trying and trying and trying and trying to see, how do you get from here to here? And there's all these dead ends and then there's these little spots underneath. It's just, wow. So this is not the easiest thing to do. So I'm giving my kids some money in here and I'm just going to laugh my tail end off watching them on Christmas morning, trying to get whatever is going to be in there out. So what I got was a 2-pack. There's green and blue. They do sell them more multiples of other, like 3 in a pack or 6 in a pack or whatever, but I only needed 2. So I got that. So I am going to be, actually, I went back on Amazon to look at this and look what I found. They have a cheating thing, which I'm going to use to get the lid open again so I can get the money in there. And then if they really can't get it done, then I'm going to let them have the cheating page and then they can solve the puzzle. But I'm not going to tell them that I have this, right away. And there's no worry because they don't watch me live. So they'll never know that this is even happening. So anyways, I just thought that'd be kind of fun, just some way, because I always give them some money. And it's just like, you try to think of different ways to give money because, I get them gifts too, but then I always give them a little bit of money. And so I thought, this is what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to get this little maze box. So I'll let you guys know how it goes over on Christmas. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. And like I said, there is a link to that little money maze puzzle in the description. If it's something you want to check out, please feel free. Okay, so we have Special Release Designer Series papers. I didn't have these in my possession last week when I was live, but I am now, and I kind of wanted to share them with you because they're pretty. And you may remember some of these patterns from years past. I just really like this idea of them recoloring old papers, because why not, right? So in this particular pack, we have, it's called Shades and Hues, and there are, what, there must be 4 patterns. 4 patterns of each color, and this is similar but not the same. And there is Fresh Freesia, Pool Party, Petal Pink, and is it Misty Moonlight? No. Yes, Misty Moonlight in here. So that's one. Then we have Serene Love, which is this one here. This was black and white when it originally came out. And so they have recolored this to Night of Navy and Old Olive. And I think it must be Lost Lagoon. Let me pull these out and we can take a quick look-see here. So this is navy. It looks black, but it's navy. This is also navy. This is navy here, this floral pattern. Navy on the back. And then we have this beautiful Lost Lagoon floral pattern. And we have some designs on the back of those. Some more Lost Lagoon. This is fun. I love tiny little patterns like that. And then we have the Old Olive floral. And some polka dots, which another thing I love is polka dots, a bunch of daisies, and then some stripes. You can't go wrong with stripes, polka dots, and mini patterns. So that's the Serene Love, and this is the Refreshed Beauty. And when it first came out, it was like Blackberry Bliss and I think Gold were the colors of this. So then they've recolored this. So here we've got some, I think this is Lemon Lime Twist or Granny Apple Green, which is pretty. And then we have some Flirty Flamingo on the back side of that. Look at that. Very, very nice peach pie with a little bit of Flirty Flamingo. And then the Granny Apple Green, the Lemon Lime Twist. Let's throw in some, I don't know if it's daffodil or crushed curry. When I get to the end, I'll flip it over and see what color is that supposed to be. I guess it could be either since I can't tell, right? This one, I have to say I don't like this. This one is probably the only one I don't like, but I like the flip side of it, so we're good. I like this. I love this. I love me some Lemon Lime Twist. And then we have this. And then we have this fun pattern here. And then that is it. So let me see, what is the yellow here? It says, oh, it's Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Lemon Lime Twist, and Peach Pie. Excuse me. So these are the new special release papers that are available while supplies last. So I don't have any idea what that means, how long they're going to be available, but none of them are in low inventory right now. So if it's something that you're interested in, there you go. Throw that behind me. Shop the Last Chance products. We still have a lot of Last Chance products. Some things are sold out, but whatever's in the store, if you go to the Barb's shoppingwithbarb.com and click on the menu, and then I think it says Last Chance products, you can see all those products there, whatever there is left. Some of them are discounted, some of them are not. That will remain a category in the store going forward. It replaces the clearance rack. So every 2 months, they will add some new products to it. That'll be like the retiring products, like what's online exclusives. If we have a mini catalog that may be coming to an end, the annual catalog, whatever, and then they'll add those things to the Last Chance product section. All right, my host code for probably the rest of this month, I think, because obviously I'm not going to be live on Christmas week. So I'll be live next week. I won't be live Christmas week, but then I should be live the week after that, which I think would be the 2nd of January. So here's my host code. If it changes, I'll let you guys know. You can always find the host code if you're not watching a live video on my blog at barbstamps.com. You can always find it there. I am currently taking reservations for the product shares coming up for the new mini catalog, the January to April 2025 mini catalog, plus the new online exclusives, plus our other online exclusives that we currently have that some of you might not have received those yet. And this is a spam call. So we're going to answer it and hang up because that's what I do to spammers. Okay, so product shares. There should be a link in the description of this video if you're interested in registering for that. The I Want It All is probably the best deal. If you do get the I Want It All, you will get a sampling of one of those papers that I just showed you. So that's kind of the freebie for that. Any order placed in my online store in the month of December will receive the Marbled Elegance PDF. Doesn't matter the amount, everybody gets that. If your order is $50 or more, you will also get my tutorial featuring the online exclusives that were released in November. And then if your order is $75 or more, you will get an embellishment to go along with your card kit. Card kits are free with $50 purchase. So, and then I do put the PDF for all of my card kits on the Stamp Happy Academy website. As we talk about this all the time, you guys should totally check this out. We have so many classes on there. And even if you don't have, let's just say, like the class I'm going to do today, I'm using the Filled with Fun bundle of products. Let's say you don't have this, but you are a Stamp Happy Academy member. You can find a stamp set that maybe has similar sized images and just substitute those in place of these, and then you have yourself a class. Or you can go back and maybe click the Hello Ladybug class that we have. The ladybug is probably about a 2-inch circle. So you just find a stamp image in your set that's about a 2-inch or so, and just replace all those ladybug images with something else that you have. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have the products that we've used. You can totally substitute other items in any of these classes, and you just have so much inspiration at your fingertips with Stamp Happy Academy. So it would be a great Christmas gift for you or somebody else. So there you go. Adhesive kits. I still have some. I think I have, this is my last little octopus that I have as a zipper pull for these, since my daughter is now working full time. She doesn't have time to crochet all the time, which is kind of a bummer. So I only have, I think, one of those little guys left. And lastly, my 12 weeks of holiday ideas. I just sent out week number 10 last night, or yesterday afternoon, I guess it really was. And so I've got 2 left. And I'm pretty excited about this. I love doing this. This is probably the 12th or 13th year that I have done this 12 weeks of holiday ideas that I send out via email every week up till Christmas. So if you're interested in that, sign up for my newsletter. There is a link in the description of this video. And I always have links to all of the 12 weeks items. And so you won't miss any of them. Oops, before I forget, I wanted to share a few cards that I have gotten, because if I don't do it now, then I'm going to forget. I'm the worst. So this one comes to me from Anne Diakisto, and look how pretty that is. I remember this paper. This was one of my absolute favorite papers because I am a big fan of a little bit of pink splashed into Christmas, and so I loved this paper. And this is that kind of technique where you take 3 pieces of paper and you cut them on the diagonals, and then you have 3 cards already made to go. You just put the pieces back on, and it's just so much fun. So thank you so much for thinking of me, Anne. I appreciate that very much. I also have a card from Tony, and I think Tony is on here, and I wonder if Tony maybe did the same kind of thing with this, but just cut it a little bit differently. I really like this, and I remember this paper too. Fantastic. I love just also green and red paper. So thank you, Tony. I appreciate that so much. You are a sweetheart. And finally, my last card that I got was from Cheryl. So Cheryl, thank you so much. Look at this fun card. This uses a bunch of the images. Some of them are from the iconic celebrations, I think is what that's called. All of a sudden I'm forgetting what it's called. And then some other images. And I just really love how she's got this all set up. This was a lot of work, Cheryl. So thank you so much. I appreciate the work that went into this. All right, guys, let me put those aside. This week, we are using the Filled with Fun bundle. This is a bundle that came out as an online exclusive a number of months ago, so a lot of you may already have this. If you don't, it's a super cute bundle to have. And it does have an accompanying bundle that came out, I don't remember, in July, I think. It's called Filled with Cheer. So it is a similar set. It does use the same Wagon die and the wheel die if you want. So it's a fun companion set to this. Which is actually on the last chance list right now. So if you're interested in the whole thing, you could get this and this, or you can just get this, or you can do whatever you want. And also I'm using the 2024-2026 in color shimmer gems on my projects today. So if your order in my store is $75 or more, you will also get a pack of those. So let's go ahead and just start. I need to number my projects because I did not do that yet. So this is project number 1, and we're going to make kind of a little pocket front on this card. Now you might be wondering, why are you making a pocket when we sell some pocket dies? Well, we do, but the pocket dies that we sell, one of the dies is really, really big, and it was a lot bigger than I wanted it to be, and then the next size was too small, so I had to make my own. So we're going to make a pocket. So what we've got here is a piece of Whisper White. I do that every single time. Basic white, thick cardstock for our card base. We have a quarter sheet of cardstock. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're going to be doing our stamping and die cutting on this piece. We have a piece of crumb cake, and this measures 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. This is what we're going to make our pocket out of. I've got a piece of this super cute red polka dotted paper. You might be wondering, Barb, where did that come from? Well, let me just tell you. It came out of the Reindeer Memories scrapbooking kit. There are so many fun papers in these kits, and I forget to use them a lot of times. And I really wanted to use, my colors on this card are going to be red, navy, and pumpkin pie. So I really wanted a piece of red designer series paper, and I pulled out the Marbled Elegance paper, but nothing in there just was fitting the vibe that I was going for. And then all of a sudden I remembered that there was some red papers in this Reindeer Memories scrapbooking kit. And so I pulled it out, and this polka dot, perfect. It's probably supposed to be snow, but for our purposes, it's polka dot. So if you haven't checked out those kits, definitely check them out because there is a lot of stuff in them. Okay, that's 4 by 5 1/4. Then we have a little scrap for a sentiment. And then we have a piece of white that is 3 by 4 1/8. That's going to be our little pull tab for our pocket. So we have this piece here. I need my trimmer with my scoring blade, and we are going to score this on 3 sides at 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to slide that over to the 1/2 inch mark, and we're going to do that here. Oh, when I say 3 sides, we're doing it on the longest sides and one of the short sides. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So now we are going to fold on these score lines to make our pockets. And then we're going to do a little finagling with it here. Okay, so we're going to fold this up to make our pocket, but we've got a lot of bulk here in the corner, so we want to get rid of some of that. So I'm going to bring in a pair of scissors, and I'm going to kind of cut off the corner here. Kind of like that. So I'm just kind of going across the whole thing, right across that corner down there. And then I'm going to bring these in, and then it should lay mostly flat. Okay. So we can go ahead and add that to our designer series paper layer. So I'm going to use some liquid glue. You could use tear and tape if you want. I just always like to use liquid glue anymore. I don't know why. I like how it comes out, and it's pretty easy for me to use. I know some people struggle with it, and I feel your pain. Thankfully, it works pretty good for me. Ooh, before we actually glue this down, I need to do something with it. So we need to give ourselves a little finger hole here. So you can do one of 2 things before you put the glue on. So watch this video all the way through first before you don't try to do it with me. Otherwise you'll do it wrong because I just did it wrong. So you can do this one of 2 ways. There is this little circle that's for the wheels on the wagon in the set, and this measures about 3/4 inch. Okay. Or if you happen to have an old 3/4 inch punch, you can just slide that in there, center it from side to side, and then crop out that little spot. Otherwise you can take your die and crop out that little spot about halfway. Okay. If you don't have a 3/4 inch punch and you would like to have one, I do have that linked in the description of this video. You can get them on Amazon. Okay, so we are going to put this down onto our piece of designer series paper. And we're going to do it about like so. Okay, and then we have our little finger slot there that we can slide our fun piece of paper in there. I think I did not get that in the middle. That is totally not in the middle. Oops. Oh well. Such is life. Okay, so then this little guy here is just going to slide right in there, and that's going to be a piece that we're going to pull in and out of there. Okay, so on this layer here, we need to do some stamping, and then we'll do some die cutting. I've already done the die cutting, but I'll show you how I went about doing the stamping here. So we've got the balloon, the wagon handle, the wheel, the wagon, and the banner. So the wagon, I'm going to ink up in real red, because as I said, I'm doing real red, pumpkin pie, and night of navy on this card. I actually got this color combination off of one of our color coach things. All right, so I'm going to stamp my wagon right here. And then I'm going to stamp my banner right above the wagon. And so everything should fit really nicely on this piece of this quarter sheet of paper. Okay, then we need to do some balloons. We're going to do 5 navy balloons. Oh, good Lord. And I just broke my one rule that I always do when I have a bold stamp. And that is to use a piece of Scotch tape on it to get off any dust or bits, which is what happened there. It was full of dust and bits and it looked terrible. We'll pretend that one doesn't look like that. I've already die cut all these, so it doesn't really matter, but so we're doing 5 balloons in navy. Okay, and then we're going to clean this off. Got my chamois here close. We'll spank it dry. And then I'm going to pull in the pumpkin pie here. Oh, let's see. Kimberly says she is in a very frigid northern Indiana. Yikes. I am not a fan of super frigid temperatures. I mean, I suppose nobody is really, right? Okay, so we have 4 pumpkin balloons. And now you can, if it's easier for you to die cut balloons first and then stamp on them, you can absolutely do that. In fact, that's what I prefer to do because it's easier for me to just die cut a bunch of what I call blanks and then stamp the balloon onto the blank. It usually works out decently for me. That's decent. It could be better, could be worse, but who knows. So you could just die cut 9 balloons and then stamp them, whatever works for you. All right, then we need a wagon handle and 2 wheels. So here's our little wagon handle. And we're going to stamp that on our piece of paper. And then we have 2 wagon wheels. And a bonus with these wagon wheels is, again, if you have that 3/4 inch punch, that will punch out these wagon wheels really, really nicely. It's almost exactly the same as if you use the die. So if you have a 3/4 inch circle punch, perfect thing to use for that. Okay, so I'm going to close up most of these inks, except for the red. I'm going to bring the red back in because I need to stamp my sentiment. And here's my little sentiment here. This is out of the stamp set. It says celebrating someone special. So we're going to stamp that on our scrap of white. Okay, so then you would die cut all of these pieces out. And I have already done that. So here they are. Move that out of the way. Okay, so we have our orange balloons, our navy balloons, our 2 wheels, our handle. You're also going to get a scrap of Night of Navy in your kit, and you're going to die cut 2 hearts. There's a little heart die in there also. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of fussy cut around this word that says, or words, that says someone special, because that's all I really want. So I'm going to stick this on the front. Oh, I forgot that I had my wagon and my banner too. They're over here next to me. So let's get this done. And I'm not being super precise, as you can probably tell. Get around that celebrating word. Come down here. And then we'll come back up over the S. And we'll finish that off. Okay. And then, like I said, I do have my banner and my wagon also here. So this is everything we have. So now what we need to do is just kind of decorate the front with everything that we have here. So I'm going to add this to the front of my card. And you'll see that this particular pattern of Designer Series paper doesn't have a backside. So you don't even have to have guilt about using it, because that's the only side you can use is the polka dots. Okay. So we're going to add our wagon here, something along these lines. And then we're going to take our balloons And we're going to kind of tuck them under. I'm just kind of doing a little bit of a dry fit right here first off, and then we'll go ahead and finalize it. Take our wagon handle, get that in there as well. Come back in with some more balloons. We have 9. So I guess if you wanted to, you could throw some extras in there. I'm sure you've all got some white cardstock. So something like that was what I was kind of feeling and what I was going to do. And then the other little wheel there and my banner on the wagon, and then our little phrase that says someone special. So we're going to go ahead and put all this stuff on. I'm going to do the wagon itself with some dimensionals. Where are some dimensionals? Here we go. So we'll go ahead and add the wagon. Something like that. And then I can tuck the wheels underneath. Like so. And we'll get that second one under there. This set is so cute. I've had it for a long time and I hadn't really done a whole lot with it. And I thought, you know, I didn't really want to do Christmas, only because by the time you guys ordered and I got your kits out, it would probably be after Christmas. And so that's why I decided to go with something that wasn't Christmas themed. Because you can order this kit through next Wednesday, which is the 18th of December. And then I would probably get the kits out to you somewhere around the 20th, 21st. And then by then, like I said, it's too late. So we need to do something that isn't. And of course, we probably have some birthdays coming up. And I kind of wanted this to be sort of more of a manly birthday or a kid's birthday rather than, you know, a birthday for one of your girlfriends. But we're going to get to the girls here in just a minute. So we're just going to add all these. Now, this is not a card that I would make 50 of. Just throwing that out there. I might make, you know, 1 or 2 of these. All right, let's get our banner. Oh, I've got to get my handle underneath there too. All right, so the banner is super cute, by the way. So we're just going to get the wagon handle. So I'm going to put a little glue right there and maybe a little glue on the handle there. And we're going to have that kind of poke out and then come up. There we go. And then our little someone special. I wonder if we could get some mini dimensionals on here. I don't know. There might not be enough room. We'll see. I know I can get one here, and I should be able to get one here. Right there is going to be a bit of a struggle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little slice off of the edge here. Well, I didn't quite cut it all the way off, did I? There we go. So we have a little slice here, and we're just going to add that to the end. It's a little long, so we're going to snip that off. There, that worked out all right. We'll get our someone special on here. Somewhere around like that. Okay. And then since I screwed this up and don't have this right in the middle, I'm going to put my little hearts on this pull-out piece, not right in the middle. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue at the edge of my heart there. And then I'm going to stick it right in this little area here. Like that. See if we can pull it out. Yep. And then I'm going to put the other one on the back side so that it looks finished on both sides. And now this is where you could put a gift card on this. You could add some money. You could just use it as a fun little note. You could just pull it out and have a little note be on it. Whatever you want. Whoops, I did get some glue there. Get my adhesive eraser out and we'll just get rid of that glue right now. And again, our little thing slides in, and here's our, I probably should have put a balloon there now that I'm thinking about it. That would have been really cute. It is what it is, right? All right, so we have that. So then on the inside, I am just going to stamp the words happy birthday, and I found a fun happy birthday out of a brand new set that's coming out in our upcoming January to April mini catalog. It's called Birthday Celebration. It does have some dies. It has a cute pocket with it. And so I put happy and birthday on my block, and we're just going to stamp happy birthday in there. And I think we're going to stamp that in navy. I just made an executive decision. We're going navy. And I am going to bring in a foam mat here. And we'll just go ahead and stamp that right there. Look how fun that font is. I love that. I love the two different fonts. And that is it. So I didn't put any bling on this because I kind of wanted this to be a little bit of a manly style card, and I didn't really feel like bling was appropriate for this, especially the bling that I'm using. So this card does not have any bling, but you could totally change up the colors and make it for, you know, anybody you want. And you could add some bling if you wanted to. So I'm going to quickly clean off these stamps. And the balloon, I think that's it. And then I have something really cute to show you guys that I found while I was searching for ideas for this fun set. I found, look at this. I found a way to make a tiny little wagon. Is that not the cutest little thing that you have ever seen? And look at my little wagon handle here. So stinking cute. I've got some little Santa chocolates in there. If I dump the chocolates out, you can sort of see how it does actually work. How cute is that? And here's the dimensions for the box. It is a 4.5 by 3.5 inch piece of cardstock. And then you score it at 7/8 of an inch on all sides. And then I just took the two wooden planks die, added one to both sides, and then I did snip this in half, or snipped off the ends to get that to the back. And then you can throw some little chocolates in there. Got a couple of wheels, the wheel dies, and so there we go. So we have this cute little wagon. How cute is that? So there you go. Pretty simple to put together. You just fold it up like a box and then just add everything to it and you're done. So I wanted to share that with you guys real quick because I thought it was adorable. All right, so let's bring in project number 2. I might need that wheel again. Okay, so project number 2. Where's my pencil? I have to mark my bag. Number 2. Okay. So here are some goods that we have for project number 2. All right, so what do we have here? We have another piece of basic white thick cardstock. This is 8.5 by 5.5. And then I have a piece for the inside that's 4 by 5.25. I'll show you that later. I've already got that done. And then we have 2 pieces of cardstock here. One of them is Pool Party. And these both measure the same. They are both 4 3/4 by 3.5. This one is Lemon Lolly. And I have embossed this with a new folder, and I will do that for you if you get the kit. And this folder is called Starstruck, and it is a celebration item that you can get when you spend $60 during celebration, which starts January 7th. So I did want to kind of share that with you so you could see how cool that is actually done, embossed. And so I will do that for you. We've also got a piece of white that is 2 by 3.5 that we're going to stamp and die cut on. And then we have a piece for our sentiment. This is 1 1/4 by 3.5. We have a scrap of Pretty in Pink for the banner. And then I have a strip of Pretty in Pink Designer Series paper, the striped pattern that comes out of the In Color collection. And this is a 3/4 by 4 1/4 inch piece. So I'm going to bring in my sentiment. And I need my gray ink pad. What did I do with that? Apparently I put it away, which that was silly. Why would you put that away, Barb? We're going to stamp our sentiment on the smaller piece of white. Well, actually, I need all 3 of these pieces. So let's bring our foam mat back in. We're going to stamp our sentiment on this, our presents on that, and a banner on that. Okay, so here's the banner. We're going to stamp the banner in Pretty in Pink on a Pretty in Pink scrap. And then that will be die cut, as you probably figured. Okay, there's that. Then we have our large image that has the presents and the cake, and we're going to ink that up in Memento. And then we're going to stamp that on our largest piece of white. And we'll be doing some coloring on that one. So I have to ask you guys, is everybody done with their Christmas shopping? I'm just going to let that settle for a moment. Me? No, I am not. Just wondering if everyone else is. I know there's some of you that are, you people that are have your poop in a group, as they say. All right, this is another sentiment out of the set, and we're going to center this on this smaller piece of white. There we go. It says sending loads of happiness. Julie says yes. Mary says yes. Beverly says no. Thank you, Beverly. You're on my team. Cheryl's got yes and all wrapped. Oh my gosh. Tony's Christmas cards and gifts are all done, wrapped and ready to go. Wow. You guys, a lot of you are amazing. Patricia, yes, all done. Just some stocking stuffers. Maria is done shopping. Wendy's done. Joanne has done her cards but not sent them out yet. Kimberly is a last minute shopper. Kimberly, you're a woman after my own heart. And Sandra also says no. Yeah, I mean, I have some things. I've been kind of shopping here and there, as like my kids will say. I'll say, you know, what do you want? And they'll tell me one thing. And I'm like, okay, so then I buy it. So I have a lot of things purchased. I just don't have everything finished. All right, so we are going to color this image. But I'm going to bring in the banner. So I already die cut that. So I'll throw that in my bucket. And then we need this. And I don't need the foam mat to do my coloring. So this is Lemon Lolly. This is a light Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to do the entire flag in the light. And then I'm going to come back in with the dark a little bit just to add some dimension to this. So here's my Lemon Lolly dark. And I'm just going to kind of go along the bottom here just to kind of add a little bit of interest. And then while I have my dark here, I'm going to do the flames on the candles. And then these little tiny little scallopy things here at the bottom. I'm sure a cake decorator would know exactly what that's called. I'm not a cake decorator, so I have no idea. All right, then I'm going to bring in, this is a dark Pretty in Pink marker. And I'm just going to kind of go like light, dark on these different sections that this cake has. So we'll do all the darks since I have the dark in my hand. We'll come down here and do this also. And you can go a little farther below if you want to, because we are going to die cut this. I also need the dark on some of the bows. You can see I probably already have my little piece done. So I'm kind of cheating and looking at where I've put the specific shades, the lights and the dark. So I'm going to fill in that bow also. And I'm going to come over to this bow and do that. And the little thing on the front, this little guy here, and then the kind of insides, I guess, of these bows. All right, now we're going to bring in the light Pretty in Pink. We will finish our cake here, doing these little sections. And I don't know why I did this. I just thought it looked kind of fun. And again, you can go down below because that's going to kind of be hidden down there. All right, and then we're going to do some more coloring of the bows. Get right down to those little points. That's where you can use my little dot method if you like to do that, which I definitely do. Or I just take the marker and just kind of tap it just ever so slightly to get those spots that are super, super small. All right, and then the bow tails, rest of the bow in the medium-sized package, and then we'll get down to here to the smaller package. Finish the bow here. And then, of course, we have the ribbon that goes around the package as well. All right, and then I'm going to bring in the dark pool party, and we will do everything else dark pool party. So these colors kind of remind me of a baby shower as well as a birthday for a dear friend. I actually have 2 birthdays this month. Both of my sister-in-laws have birthdays in December. One of them is I'm pretty sure it's the 19th, and the other one is the 27th. So I do always try to make sure I send them a fun birthday card that has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas. So hopefully they appreciate that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I'm just kidding. I'm sure they do. I always thought it would be kind of a bummer to grow up with your birthday in December, but I don't know. My son's birthday he was born on Thanksgiving Day, so his birthday is always very close to Christmas, I guess, but he's never complained. So, okay. So there we have that. Then you would die cut it. And normally when you die cut this particular image, you'll get a little bit more at the bottom, but when I did this piece, I put it too close to the bottom, but it's fine what we're going to do. But normally you'd get a little bit more white down here. But like I said, it's going to be fine. So, all right. So what do we have here? We are going to add, I think I need to burnish this first. It feels like it's not been burnished. There we go. All right. So I'm going to add my piece of pool party to the card first. And I'm going to put that up in this corner. Okay, up in the top left corner. So what I'm looking at here is equal space from here on here and here. So this is like equal distance. All right, and then I'm going to put the lemon lolly in the bottom, doing the same thing with the distance. So we'll go ahead and add some glue. And I like to use liquid glue when I do any sort of dry embossing. I just feel like the things stick really good. Okay. So we're going to put this on, doing that same thing, trying to space it the same. Okay, just scooch it up just a hair. Okay, so we've got that down. Who else has gotten their Christmas shopping done? Sandra said no. Connie is not done at all with shopping. And then Kimberly said her kids are 25, 37, and just 1. Well, then, Kimberly, you need to get that money maze puzzle that I shared at the beginning of this video, so they have to work for the money a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? All righty. Our little banner, we're going to stick up here at the top, kind of going over all the pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of glue in each one of these little sections here. And we'll do that. I'm actually going to the store after this. Not super excited about going to the store, but it is what it is. And then like I said, I'll try to take a picture of the outside of the house and post that on my Facebook page so you guys can check it out with all my husband's doings of all the goods that he's got out there. Okay, so then we're going to add our presents banner cake right there. And we're going to add this fun little strip of pink. And then my sentiment piece is going to go right here-ish. Something like that. Is that like the cutest thing you've ever seen? And then I also have some lemon lolly ribbon. This is retired, but I have actually quite a bit of it. I have a couple of rolls. So I will give you some lemon lolly ribbon so you can tie yourself a little bow. And we're going to stick that down there in the corner. So let me first go ahead and add my packages and everything here. Get those. And again, somewhere, I'm trying to center this on the yellow piece. That's kind of what my goal was. Something like that. And then we'll add the Designer Series paper strip over that. And that will go all the way across the card since it is 4 1/4 inches long. Trying to make sure that everything is lined up nicely. And then I have my sentiment piece. I think I might pop this piece up. Here's some dimensionals. I guess we'll go 3, just so that we have enough on here. Okay, and so that one's going to be centered on the card, so we'll see a little bit of the yellow on the right-hand side, a little bit of the pool party on the left-hand side, and then we can take our little bow and add that with glue dot. All right, this was one of, I have two, the first card, since I don't know, I'm more into girly colors. I'm more into the girliness of stamping, and I love, love, love this kind of stuff, these colors and patterns and the fun. So it's not that I didn't like the first card, but I like making cards for men less than I like making feminine cards, I guess. So not that I didn't like it, but I like this one better. All right, so then for the inside, I use that exact same birthday greeting that I had from the first card. And then I just added a partial stamping of the packages, left the cake off. And then I did the same coloring the same way, but just used opposite colors. So pretty simple. And the reason that I have a white inside going on a white card is because when you do blends, it bleeds through. And I didn't want it to show through the back. So that way I'm just going to throw in a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white on the inside here. So there we have it. And then we will bring in some gems for this card. What did I do with them? Here they go. Here we go. And we're going to use the pretty and pink ones. You know, actually, we could use the Summer Splash because they very much look like Pool Party to me. Or they could be Pool Party. So let's, what do I want to do? Let's try one. Let's see what we think. If I was to like throw one of those, I won't push it down very hard so that we can see what we think. Maybe we'll go pink and blue. Since we kind of have this pink and blue kind of theme going on. Maybe I'll pull this blue one and stick it right here. All right, what do you guys think of that? Having different colors of gems on there. And they are so sparkly because they're faceted, and I just love that. Let me know if you think multicolored, multi is good, or if I should have a single color. Let me know what you guys think. I kind of like that. I might leave it, even if you guys vote against me, but we'll see what you think. Okay. Let's see. Cheryl says yes. So I don't know if that was an answer to my question of the multi, but I'm thinking that you guys are liking that. So I think I may leave it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and leave it like that. So cute. And we have our inside, so I'll press those down. So now they're not going anywhere. All right. Okay, now we need to bring in the stuff for our last card, which is this bucket over here. Set that aside. I'll bring it back in at the end, move my dimensionals out of here. All right, so here we go with some more pieces and parts. Get all my things dumped out here. Okay, so what we have is, I'm going to hide that until later, another thick white card base. How is that every one of my cards have a thick white card base? I thought that after I got my last card, and I thought, oh my gosh, does it matter? No. So thick white, 8.5 by 5.5. Big fan of thick white. It's great for your card bases because it is thicker. Then we have a piece of fresh freesia. This is 4 by 5 1/4. Our inside piece, also 4 by 5 1/4. Then we have a scrap of white that you'll do your stamping on. So you can see I've stamped the little floral images and the 2 wheels. And then we have a scrap of pumpkin pie. And out of that, you're going to need the wood rail and the wagon itself. Okay. And then I'm going to give you, this is a brand new paper. It's a celebration paper. And it's called Toadstool Gardens. And oh my gosh, This is some of the cutest paper that I have seen in a long time from Stampin' Up. It is so cute. Look at the colors in this paper. So this is a free item when you spend $60 or more during celebration, okay? So, but I'm going to give you this die cut square in your kit, all right? But look how cute these patterns are in this collection. It is just amazing. Look at that. How fun is that? And then we have a little bit of Melon Mambo on the back. Here's the pattern that we're using tonight. The polka dots on the back. And look at that, some ombre mushrooms. Backside is a very nice neutral gray. Love that. Then we have this fun piece here, because of course we have a toadstool stamp set in the mini. Let me just grab it. Oh, well, hold on. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, here we go. It's called Terrific Toadstools, and it's so cute, and it's got a coordinating punch that has the stem and the large mushroom head on it. But look at this paper. Like I said, I've already been doing some swaps, so that's why some of my papers are gone. But look how cute this is. Oh my gosh. Super, super excited. I know I'm going to be using a lot of this. So that's that. You're also going to be getting a little strip of ribbon. This is also a celebration item. It's like Fresh Freesia seam binding. If you're familiar with our seam binding ribbons, that's what this is. Very pretty. So you'll get another little chunk that you can, what I like to do is tie it around something. So this is how I always do my ribbons, because I am not very good at tying them around cardstock completely. So I like to tie them around something else, and then I can snip them apart, and then I can tie the end, or attach the ends to my card. So that's what I do. I just tie a knot around my bottle, some kind of a bottle, and then when you pull it off, you have a loop, and then we're just going to cut it close to the edge, close to the knot. Okay, so that's how I came up with this little guy here, this little knot piece. All right, so we are going to glue the little wooden rail onto our wagon. So let me get some glue squirted out here. A little bit anyway. And we'll just attach this. I'm just going to kind of line it up right along the top of the wagon, the large wagon piece. That's just how I'm going to do it. You can do it however you like. Did I get it? Mostly. Okay, so we have our wagon. We're going to do some stamping on this piece here. Let me bring in a foam mat and a scratch paper. All right, and I've got some Fresh Freesia ink somewhere around here. Oh, here it is. Okay, and then there is this really cute little confetti piece in the Filled with Fun stamp set. We're going to use that. And we're just going to kind of go around the edge. So I'm just going to kind of randomly ink this up and then kind of go around the edge here. However you want to do it. We'll come around the corner here, maybe that. Do it again. There we go. And then we'll come back down here. Something like that. And then here. Okay, so we're just kind of done all the way around the edge there. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put this little piece in the middle, but we're going to cut this first. We want it to look like it's a little longer than it really is. So this is one of those stylish shaped squares, so it does have that fun little stitching on the edge of it. We're going to cut this at 1 inch. Well, I guess we could cut it at 2 inches because it's 3 inches. So we're going to cut it so that we can spread this out a little bit and make it appear longer, even though our piece isn't any longer. But I wanted the stitching because I really think that's fun. So this is, oh, we need to do some coloring first. So let me bring in my markers. Got my blends here. So I have a light melon mambo, a light pumpkin pie, both light and dark granny apple green, and then a dark fresh freesia. Okay, and we're going to do some coloring here. So I'm going to start with my fresh freesia, and we're going to do some of the flowers here. So I'm going to do this little guy, and we're going to do both sets of flowers. And then we'll get this. And again, this is dark. Am I even in the frame? Okay, yes. For a second there, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not even in the frame, and I'm just coloring away, and nobody can see what I'm doing, but I'm good. Okay, so we've got 3 fresh freesia flowers on that, and then we're going to flip this, and we're going to do this same one here in freesia. You can see I'm not getting the middles. I'm purposely not getting the middles. And for this little second section of flowers here, we're going to end up cutting through here, so we only need to do partial. Okay, so we're going to go back to this side, and we're going to bring in the light melon mambo, and we're going to do this little flower here, and then this one down here. This little flower arrangement just makes me so happy. I don't know what it is about these little flowers. I don't even know what kind of flowers they are, honestly. I mean, I'm sure they have a name, but I would have no idea what they are. I am not, I don't know anything about flowers. Okay, and then we're going to do this one. And we'll do the other one that's kind of standing up high. There we go. And it's actually super simple to color these in too. Okay, and then we're going to bring in the pumpkin pie. And we're going to do this little guy right here. And then that's all the flowers on that side. And then this side, we're going to do the remaining 3 flowers here with the pumpkin pie. And then we'll come in with our granny apple green, and we'll get the leaves and the stems. Oh, I have to tell you guys, my husband, since he's working the night shift, I don't have to make dinner. I can just have cereal if I want, which I do quite a bit when he's gone, because I have to make him dinner before he goes to work. So it's like at 3 o'clock, 3:30, he's having dinner, and I'm not really ready to have dinner at that point. And then I don't want to like make dinner again, you know, and make a mess in the kitchen. So I am just quite happy to have cereal, and Cheerios is my favorite cereal. And ever since I had my gallbladder surgery, I can eat Cheerios again, and they don't make me sick. So I think I've shared that before, but it just is worth repeating because it's so amazing to me that I can eat Cheerios now because I love them so much. All right, so I did the light granny apple green on the leaves, and now I'm coming in with the dark and catching the stems. Okay, so there we go. So we would die cut all that. So I did die cut. You can see where I snipped this out. So it was on there, and I die cut it like it normally would, and then I just kind of cut right around that, so then I have what looks like a little smaller piece. And then I did punch out both of my wheels. Oh, I did color them in with some fresh freesia now that I'm looking at them. So they're going to go on the wagon. Okay, so, and you can see I did already put my gems in there because I was messing around with how I wanted to do it, and then I didn't want to take them off, so I just left them. So on all the pink flowers, I put in the peach pie gems. All of the pumpkin pie flowers, I put in the petunia pop gems. And then in all the fresh freesia flowers, I put in the pretty and pink gems. Okay, so that's how that is all. And then they're all very sparkly and very fun. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of figure out how we want to do this. So again, we're going to do like a dry fit. I'm going to bring my wagon in, and the wagon's going to cover up some of that piece. And then we'll bring in our little flower section. We'll tuck that under. And then we're going to bring in this other little flower piece, and then we're just going to tuck that in behind so that we have a lot of flowers in this wagon. And then we'll add our wheels just like that. So that's kind of what we have so far, but we are going to put our ribbon behind that. But I do need to do a stamping of a sentiment. So I have a little 1/2-inch strip of white here. And I'm going to bring in the Melon Mambo, and I'm going to stamp this 3rd sentiment that's in this little stamp set here. And it says, "You make my heart bloom." So I'm going to try to set it right in the middle as best I can. Okay, there we go. So it kind of just fits perfectly in there. All right. So now that we kind of have a dry fit, we kind of know where everything's going to go. We're going to go ahead and add the ribbon. So we're going to put that I'm going to put it just below middle, okay? Because when you try to put stuff in the middle, it's hard to get things right in the middle of a piece of cardstock. And so sometimes if you purposely don't, oh, I keep knocking that bottle over. If you don't put it in the middle, then it's easier because you're like, oh, it's not in the middle. That's fine. We don't care. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to come back in with these pieces, and we kind of know where we want them now. So we can go ahead and stick them down. So we'll add some glue here. And I'm looking side to side here to line this up. Something like that. Okay, and then I'm going to add my other piece. And I'm going to leave about 1 inch or so between the 2 pieces. That should work. And then we're going to go ahead and get the wagon with some dimensionals. Okay. Joan said she's here late. We'll have to watch the replay. No problem. All right, so we're going to stick our little wagon on there like so. And then our first little set of flowers. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to snip some of this off because I feel like my dimensionals are going to get in the way. And if I already have glue all over it, it's going to make it a little harder to snip it off. So we'll just nip that right now. Okay, get those flowers down. And before that's dry, we're going to tuck these other flowers underneath. Something like this. There we go. And then we're going to get our little wheels on here. These little wheels are super cute. I just lost one. Okay. There we go. Try to make these even. I'll bring that down just a tiny bit. Okay. Oh, cute. And then this little thing is going to go right across the bottom, but we are going to snip it off. So I'm going to do the little flag method here. Banner method. If you have that old banner punch that we used to sell, perfect time to use that. I'm just going to go ahead and use my snips because they're just right here and it's just simple for me. Okay. And then we're just going to add that right at the bottom. Here we go. Try to center that from side to side anyway. There we go. And then we'll add this to the front of the card. You can see I did kind of do some test driving there with those little confetti images, or the image. Okay, so stinking cute. And then for the inside, I pulled a stamp out of Kindest Expressions. It says thanks so much. So I just stamped that thanks so much on the inside there, and then added another little floral arrangement that I colored in the same. And again, I'm bringing in the white just because I didn't want my flowers to bleed through and then show on the back. If you don't care about that, then you don't need to put this extra piece in, but I'm kind of anal, so I do care. All right, so there we go. So cute. I just love this wagon. It's the cutest thing ever. All right, so here's our projects. Let me move my stuff out of the way here. We've got our little florally wagon here. We have our cute birthday card with our subtles colors, and then we have our kind of more masculine, boyish pull-up card that we have with the red, blue, and the navy. So I hope you guys liked these. I had so much fun designing them. It's funny because I'll buy these stamp sets. Probably you guys do the same thing. And I'll buy these bundles. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. And then I don't do anything with them. And then when I finally get them out and I start playing with them, oh my gosh, how much fun do I have? So these are my cards. So again, you will get a free card kit to make all these cards if you place a $50 or more order in my online store at shoppingwithbarb.com between now and next Wednesday, which is the 18th of December. And if your order is $75 or more, I will throw in the gems also. I guess that's it. So I'll try to get that picture taken and I'll post it on my Facebook page when I get back from the store. And I will see you guys here next week. All right, guys. Bye-bye. Have a good week.